Very hot and sunny afternoon, a bit of a refreshing breeze as kick-offs revert to 3 o'clock to the end of the season, beginning with this one against lowly Workington, one club to go down at the end of the season, and up to now it looks as though it will be Workington. Halifax began the run of away form, impressive away form, with a draw at Derwent Park, 18 points all. They've won 3 out of the last 4 and looking to make amends for that hammering by St Helens at Knowsley Road last season. A quick run through the teams for this afternoon. For Halifax, Assaramoni, John Bentley, John Schuster, Graham Alice, Ferretti, Tuolangi make up the back line. Amanga, Dean and 3/4, Harrison, Rowley, Kettridge the front row, Gillespie, Baldwin, Moana the back 3, McMartindale, a late replacement for Michael Jackson on the bench, Chris Chester, Mark Ferry, a new signing from Parramatta, Johnny Brewer, who stretched his legs in the Alliance win at Salford on Thursday night, and he'll be hoping to take some part in this game this afternoon, although he's not played for quite a while. Workington, Jamie Smith at fullback, Richard Armswood, Lee Chilton, Paul Penrice and Mark Johnson the 3/4, Anthony Smith, Wayne Kitchen the 3/4, Peter Riley, Michael Bethwaite, Roland Phillips. The front row, Lafayette, Filippo, Stephen Holgate in the second row, much sought after Stephen Holgate by the likes of Warrington and Wigan. Brad Nairn at loose forward, Mark Wallace, Andrew Grimmer, Jason Moore and Ian Watson on loan from Salford on the bench. And Workington's with their first set of 6 tackles. Moving out wide to danger man Roland Phillips. Michael Jackson late withdrawal with a problem with a floating bone in his knee, so we're told. But Workington moving up towards halfway, good ball from Stephen Holgate. Taken over by Peter Riley into the Halifax half. There's the high ball for Amone, but Amone never one to back off. Superb take again by the Halifax fullback. Amanga returning after injury. Struggled to get over the ankle injury that he sustained at London. Graham Alice showing the pace but forced into touch. Richard Armswood going a little bit high on Alice but doing enough to force him into touch. Underneath the gantry, the scrum will form on the halfway line. And Halifax looking for the 3rd home win of the season. Workington win that scrum. Mark Johnson, South African, played on the wing. Good pressure from Assaramoni, but Workington keep the ball alive well. Nothing to lose. John Connolly giving the penalty. On halfway, John Schuster can't seem to understand why. The kick from Wayne Kitchen will take Workington 15 metres inside the Halifax half. Short ball, Halifax moving forward. Rowley and Gillespie. Tackling Riley. Holgate continued the run, but John Connolly had spotted the knock on. Halifax will get possession. And Mark Johnson is pointing the finger at Graham Alice, having 1 or 2 words. Amanga with a pace, great pace from Amanga to halfway. Johnson's not going to catch him. Amanga's still going, Johnson's going to make a dive, he's not going to get to him. Amanga will score. Halifax's first try, spectacular passing, linking up into the line superbly. Slipping inside Johnson. And Johnson had no answer to the pace of Micah Manga from 60 metres out. Well, Johnson, only just before that, had been pointing at Graham Alice. And perhaps Manga had seen a little bit of that and knew that Johnson was expecting Alice to run. So he took the option, went inside, raced 60 metres to the line. And Namone will restart. Pass from Jamie Smith, the fullback, and Rowley in with a crunching tackle. Very quickly up from acting half there, Rowley, a second marker. Allowing a little bit of space. The only man that does the Halifax defence, moving up quickly. Restricting Workington's passes down the middle of the field. Again, a good tackle, Gillespie around the legs. Rowley there as well. Now Roland Phillips putting the shoulder down, but Halifax caught offside. And Phillips quickly takes it to himself. A thorn in Halifax's side on many occasions is Roland Phillips. At Workington and also in his days at Warrington. Stephen Holgate trying to step through. Took two to take him down, Baldwin and Gillespie. Drop off ball back inside from Smith. Workington keep it alive again. 2-1, but the ball goes to ground. Allison Johnson just squaring up there. Johnson picking the ball up. Alice moved across quickly. Referee John Connolly pulling back for the forward pass. And Paul Rowley will go to the sin bin. Blood streaming from the nose or a cut to the mouth. Well, the sun must be going to my head. I've just been told it was of course a blood bin and not a sin bin. But Halifax will go down with a 5-man scrum while Johnny Brewer will come on to make his debut. Former Parramatta player, so it'll mean a bit of reorganisation for Halifax if Brewer's to move to the standoff position. Baldwin wastes no time in putting the kick into touch. And Dean looks to play it quickly with Bentley. 97 tries in Halifax colours, John Bentley. And with Workington's results this season, losing heavily on a number of occasions, you wouldn't bet against John Bentley reaching his 100th try this afternoon, given the opportunities. Perfect condition for wingers. Moana moving forward 10 metres from the Workington line. Dean drop off ball back inside to Baldwin. Moana quickly away to Amanga. Long cut out pass. Gillespie in a spot of bother, but Brewer, good drop off ball to Alice. Halifax keep it alive. Gillespie steps one, then Twilangi trying to struggle away the tacklers, gets it away. Now Graham Alice stepping, looked like a high tackle. John Connolly says it was around the shoulder area. Amone puts one in the air, plenty of pressure, superb kick from Amone. And Workington will be caught behind their own line with the ball. But John Connolly adjudging that Workington fullback Jamie Smith was already over the line as he took the ball. Excellently taken under pressure from the Workington fullback. But good pressure from the Halifax chasers after the kick from Amone. Peter Riley getting through a lot of work in the opening minutes. Had the chance to pop the ball up there, nobody in support, but Workington back in the Halifax half of the field. Brad Nairn, one of the Australians at Derwent Park. Now Phillips. Harrison across quickly. He's waiting to the tackle, Baldwin there as well. Back to Smith. Kick aimed towards Tuolangi. Shouts for it and Ellis leaves it and Tuolangi sets off. And rushes away Michael Bethwaite. Tackle from Paul Penrice put Tuolangi down, but Halifax certainly playing with some passion and no shortage of entrepreneurial flair in the opening minutes. Gillespie caught but manages to stand 2 up. Still going forward is Gillespie up towards halfway. Good play by the Halifax second rower. Kettridge not expecting it, loses Johnson out to Amanga. Amanga to Brewer. Great ball back inside to Amanga. Superb pass sets Amanga away. Going away for his second. The change from Wayne Kitchen ends under the post with Amanga touching down for his second try after 12 minutes. But Halifax showing the flair and keeping the ball alive, but it was a superb inside flicked pass from Brewer which released Amanga. Still had to beat the last line of defence, which he did so with ease, went through the gap. Well, plenty of open spaces around from all this afternoon. One or two of the Workington diehards dotted around the ground. Schuster no problem from in front of the post. 12 minutes on the clock and Halifax lead by 10 points to 0. And for a man that's been out for 4 or 5 weeks, Mike Amanga has certainly slotted back into the groove without any problem. 2 tries in 12 minutes. Although Halifax must guard against the complacency that tends to creep in when they get points on the board. 16 tries for Amanga this season. Up to that, 26 goals. It's not a bad tally out of 35 appearances. Form fullback turning into the form standoff. Now Workington trying to move it out wide. Penrice put down by Schuster a metre away from that far touch line. Phillips trying to do it on his own. Releases the pass. Workington look to work it down the middle. And Gillespie there with Harrison to make the tackle. The last one. Back to Anthony Smith. Deep kick, but Amoni back in position. And Amoni winding up out of defence at full belt, but losing it. The impact of the tackle, 3 players waiting for him. And Workington with the first real chance perhaps to attack the Halifax line. Penrice brought down by Brewer. Workington looking to that far side. Raffaele Filippo losing it as he tried to keep it alive. So Halifax from the scrum. Perhaps the supporters of Halifax now expecting another try. Bentley fancies a run down the middle. Penrice moves in to close him down with a good tackle. Brewer, the return to Amanga, now to Alice. Johnson up quickly. Alice releases to Elange. Rushes away 2. Long pass inside to Brewer. On to Gillespie. Gillespie finds a gap. Great play. Moana in support. Big man to put down. And Wayne Kitchen manages it. Brewer steps away from one, looking for the gap, settling things down just inside the Workington half. Having trouble getting up. 2 men holding him down, so Workington concede the penalty. Brandon and Michael Bethwaite, the offenders on that occasion. Rowley returns from the blood brink. Johnny Brewer comes off. And he's played his part. Well, he's been on for some 5 or 6 minutes in setting Amanga up for his second try. Harrison brought down 12 metres out in front of the Workington post. Kettridge takes the ball back inside. Harrison away to Amanga. Amanga looking for runners, puts Schuster into the gap. He spins around. Great ball from Schuster to Baldwin. Superb pass, similar to that one of Johnny Brewer's only moments ago. And that releases Baldwin. Schuster had been held once, managed to skip out of the tackle. Great ball back inside for Baldwin to increase Halifax's score after 17 minutes to 14 points to nil. Have managed to open up a 14-point lead. Not yet halfway through the first half. Schuster will convert Baldwin to try to make it 16. The wind getting up a little bit, but Halifax moving up quickly following the kick-off. Inside ball to Richard Armswood. Workington using the forwards, trying to drive it down the middle. Phillips still going forward, trying to get the pass away, but only lost the possession. Now Bentley coming back inside, looking for a space. 3 men immediately on Bentley, pushing him backwards. Roland Phillips won there, the man that lost possession. Anthony Smith also there. Kettridge down the middle, into 2, just over halfway, back into the Workington half. Dean, Gillespie returned to Dean. Dean looking for the gap, up against Filippo, very big South Sea Islander, all over Craig Dean. Twilangi fancies a run down the short side. Armswood tries to force him into touch. Gillespie going forward again. 5th tackle, look for the kick from Amoni. Another great kick from Amoni coming down close to North Post, and Amanga lips up behind Jamie Smith, picks it out of the air, goes over the line for an hat-trick in 20 minutes. Well, what a return to first-team action. Mike Amanga's having 3 tries in 20 minutes. Amoni's kick was perfect. Jamie Smith in front of the post went up for it, must have thought he'd had it, and Amanga just leapt up above him, stole the ball from above his hands and went over the line to extend the Halifax lead after 20 minutes to 20 points to nil. And there's a Workington blood bin, and it might possibly be Jamie Smith, the fullback, who's going to receive attention as Schuster extend the lead yet again to 22 points to nil. So just over 20 minutes gone, and Halifax racing the points in at the rate of 1 a minute. Well, confusion there between 2 Workington defenders. The ball goes dead. And this time Workington have only themselves to blame for putting themselves under pressure. Somebody should have shouted and gone for the ball. Neither man shouting. And in the confusion, it went over the dead ball line. And Amone will bring it back from the kick return. 15 metres into the Workington half. Rowley to Baldwin. The Workington defence moving up quickly. Kettridge stepping inside and falling to the tackle of Phillips. And Nairn, now Schuster back on the inside. Halifax back into that Workington quarter. Harrison almost through. Smith just doing enough to bring him down. Rowley, long pass over the top. Schuster having to stretch to reach it. Good tackle on Schuster. Good defence this time from Workington. But you're not yet out of trouble. It's still in their own quarter of the field, but a good run coming out here from number 19, Lee Chilton. But the rest of his side have to help him to make the yards up towards the Halifax half of the field. Workington managing to keep it alive until Moana, Rowley and Harrison put an end to the run from Andrew Grimmer. Feels for the forward pass. Phillips taking up more of a role as a centre on that far side of the field in the opening 25 minutes. And a brief visit for Workington into the Halifax half. Ends with an error again. Wayne Kitchen thinking one move ahead. Steve Sims is spelling the forwards. Kettridge off to replace Mark Pettit. And Pettit will move straight into the prop position. Struggling his first game in that position. Probably the pick of the Halifax players at Knowsley Road last week, despite the hammering. Pettit, his first touch comes to nothing. Good tackle from Smith, just short of halfway. Gillespie going without the ball. Referee will take the first knock on. And Carl Harrison giving instructions to Carl Gillespie. Well, Halifax captain making sure that complacency doesn't creep into this Halifax side. Looking to build on that 22 points to nil. They're already leading by. Halifax caught offside. It looked as though Penrice and Schuster were having a little eye to eye there. But Workington will now have a chance to put first points on the board, with Phillips driving forward to within 10 of the Halifax line. Phillips gets a second touch. Out to Nairn, but a good tackle on Brad Nairn, 5 metres out. Halifax on their own line, no runners there for Stephen Holgate. Back down towards that blind side. Wayne Kitchen to Penrice. Good ball, Kitchen for the return. And this could be the first try for Workington. And it is Lee Chilton who will put the first try on the board for Workington. Early on during this game, lost possession. But Carl Harrison won't let Halifax rest, continually bombarding his players with instructions. Bentley to the 20, tackled fairly easily by Penrice. Asaramone being used again as the extra forward for Halifax. And Mark Pettit finding the gap. Great run by Pettit through two, looking round for support. Pettit still going forward, looking to release the pass. A Workington arm was in there to make sure he didn't go away, but that's a great run by number 17 Pettit. Dean to Amanga. Amoni finds a gap, looks for support. Amanga's there. Looking for the glory again, Mike Amanga, but Wayne Kitchen doing a good job of keeping hold of the shirt to drag him down. Harrison off the short ball. Turns round, looked to pass, and then realised nobody had hold of him. Now Martin Moana tries to get it away, he does so, but the pass is forward to Paul Rowley. Moana releasing the pass as he was spun round in the tackle. Perry setting up the position for Halifax with a superb run. Final pass going forward to Rowley. Although if he had got the ball, I don't think he would have scored it. A Workington man clamping him as soon as he released it. Collected the pass from Moana. Kitchen. Good ball, working to try to set it up on the short side, but Amanga in very quickly, putting an end to any thought Aldgate had of releasing somebody on this near side. Workington working it up towards halfway. Harrison with a tackle on Michael Bethwaite. Kick from Anthony Smith. It's very high. Amoni loses it, but backwards. Bentley goes inside sensibly to take the pass and fancies a run down the middle. Bentley steps out of the first, but there's three there waiting for him in the Workington second line of defence. Twilange fancies a run from acting half. Good tackling by Nairn around the legs. Phillips it was around the top. Now Perry again. Pops it up. He's thrown three men into the tackle. Halifax could have the advantage here. Gillespie running onto it strongly. Back to Dean, who gets it away to Baldwin. Baldwin spots a little gap down the middle. Quickly closed up. Halifax showing plenty of flair with Rowley. Back inside to Moana. Moana to Dean, to Baldwin. Out to Harrison. Off Phillips. Well, Phillips went down on one knee. Nothing malicious about it, but Harrison certainly dealt with him with the handoff. But Workington managing to regroup in defence. Looks as though somebody threw a punch. Penrice is on the floor, and Baldwin on the end of the kick to make a crunching tackle right under the Workington post. Halifax trying to step it up in defence in the hope that they can probably force the error from Workington. Seen one or two so far, just over half an hour gone. They're leading 22 points to 4. And deservedly so. 4 tries so far, 3 of them to Mike Amanga on his return. Filippo tries to make yards, but not very far with Amanga around the ankles. Good run there from acting half. It looks like Ian Watson's come on. Amone loses it. Gone backwards, say the Halifax supporters. It looks as though Michael Bethwaite's gone off and Ian Watson's moved into the hooking role. Normally plays scrum half. Selected in favour to Craig Dean for the Welsh national side for the European Championships. Craig Dean unlucky to miss out with injury. Watson's played in France and kept his place for the match against England. And I think Craig Dean would prefer to play against Watson this afternoon as a scrum half role. Just to show that he's worth his place in the Welsh side. But Asramone has gone down heavily. Paul Penrice signalled to referee John Connolly that he needed attention. And it looks like a leg injury for Asaramone. As Rowley goes from acting half, Amoni back to his feet. Maybe just a dead leg. Harrison spins out a 2. Filippo down on top of him, flopping. And Carl Harrison doesn't really like that. Big man is Filippo. Perhaps a little bit of frustration. Filippo gives away the penalty. And Filippo looks like Paul Thorber with a suntan, former Saints player. Same build. Perrett into 3. Workington now trying to slow it down a little bit. Phillips slow to get up. Halifax put the move on Dean to Schuster. Harrison driving forward to Rowley behind him. Rowley steps over 2 that were obstructing his passage, and he's brought down 12 metres out from the Workington post. Amone to Bentley. Bentley to Allers. Great pass from John Bentley, supplying Alistair's try-scoring pass, narrowing the angle for Schuster behind the post. Well, after scoring 22 in the first 20 minutes, it's taken Halifax 15 minutes to add to that score with Alistair's try. And despite aiming for his century himself, he's always quick to give credit to the rest of the players in the Halifax side. He's John Bentley, and just as happy to supply the passes like that put Alice in to extend the Halifax lead again. Schuster, 10 metres to the left-hand side, no problem again for Schuster, through the middle. So a barren 15-minute spell for as far as Halifax are concerned has ended with Alistair's try. The one try from Lee Chilton for Workington to break up that 15 minutes, but Halifax well in command with less than 5 minutes to go to the half-time break at 28 points to 4. And Halifax could do with a big win to boost morale before the visit to Wigan next week. Wigan themselves struggling in Paris last night, just winning by 24 points to 20. And Castleford came very close to causing an upset there last weekend. Well, Johnson has Amone in front of him. He has Tuolangi outside him. Great recovery from Tuolangi. Johnson thought about going over the line, but it might have been a double movement. Workington trapped Tuolangi, puts the tackle in, but the ball comes loose. Men over for Workington on that far side, but the ball comes back inside, but John Conley has spotted the forward pass. Well, Workington taking the wrong option. They had numbers on that left-hand side. And Perrett will bring it away from acting half for Halifax. Another Workington man down. Bentley can't push away Watson. Martindale. Baldwin up towards halfway. Workington moving forward a little bit quicker in defence. Kitchen and Holgate there that time. Rowley skips away from 2, releases the pass. It's cleaned up by Dean at the back. Now Tuolangi with the pace to go towards the corner. Fancies a run. Tremendous tackle. Well, Tuolangi's studs look to have just gone over the touchline, but it was a superb tackle from Andrew Grimmer, which brought Tuolangi down. Halifax looking to increase that lead as the clock ticks round to the 40-minute mark, playing against the wind in the second half. As Workington try to come away again, perhaps the last 6 before the half-time hooter. Penalty given away by Amanga. I think he'd 1 or 2 words to say. Not much yard gained with the kick from Kitchen, and not any yards gained at all from the first run. More this time, Rowley and Harrison. Filippo up to halfway. Ultrasounds for the end of the first half. A sparkling first 20 minutes from Halifax, which saw them throw the ball about and take a 20-point lead with 3 tries from Mike Amanga. Baldwin went over before Workington got their act together. Chilton with a solitary try for Workington made it 22 points to 4. 3 conversions from Schuster, just the 1 miss. Then almost 5 minutes before the break, onto the pass from Bentley, strolling over quite easily. Schuster, no problem with the conversion from in front of the post. Halifax against the wind in the second half, but looking to have full control of this game, leading at half-time by 28 points to 4. Ceremony preparing to get the second half underway, with Halifax leading 28 points to 4 and in control up to now, but the wind seems to have dropped just at the moment, but it got a little bit stronger during the first half, although Workington won't give up without a fight, I'm sure, but it's an uphill battle for Ross O'Reilly's men. Watson from acting half up towards halfway. Workington looking a little bit disorganised as they try and set up the attack. Good ball from Phillips to Filippo. Great tackle from Dean around the big man. Kitchen quick to play the ball. Referee John Connolly with his hand in the air, but Penrice loses it on the last tackle. Good tackling from Kitchen. Dean runs from acting half. Plans for a tackle around the head of Peter Riley. Martindale pushes away from Riley. Gets to within a couple of metres of halfway. Rowley to Harrison. Harrison spinning out of the tackle. Great play. Gets it away to Moana. Moana spins out a 2. Still going forward. Good pace and strength from the loose forward Martin Moana. Takes Halifax into the Workington quarter, looking for the first points of the second half. Hallis dummies, puts Amanga in, and Amanga will race away despite an attempt to tackle for his 4th try of the afternoon. Hallis the supplier. Great dummy and then put a Manga into the gap. I think it was Wayne Kitchen that made the attempted tackle, but a Manga strode through with only 2 minutes gone in the second half to increase Halifax's lead to 32 points to 4. The Halifax lead extended to 32 points to 4. Wouldn't be any surprise to see Workington perhaps caving in a little bit. They do look a little bit disorganised. Ross O'Reilly having to struggle. Lost one or two of the star players. There's no Dean Marwood, of course, this afternoon. Losing the likes of James Pickering, blockbusting prop forward, really has left a big hole in this Workington side. Roland Phillips with the ball now, the mainstay of the Workington attack. Good ball to Filippo. And Filippo doing well until he tried to release the pass and loses it. Halifax quick to counter-attack. Alice out to Twilange. Two in pursuit, but Twilange will have the pace to go all the way. That one came off the Workington mistake, and it looks as though the floodgates are going to open now. Twilange. A second try in 4 minutes for Halifax at the opening of the second half. The lead extended again by Twilange. And they look as though they're on the way to 50 points again, or a 50-point plus score again. And at the moment they're doing it more with the tries than with the goal kicking. Another attempt from Schuster. This one just sneaks over from Schuster. And the scoreboard rolls round again to 38 points to 4. Super kick from Schuster from that bottom side, judging it to perfection. So 5 conversions for Schuster from 7. Still not a bad record. As Peter Riley tries to bring it away. Another good run from Richard Armswood, sporting the headgear. Bentley tracking Paul Penrice all the way as he makes it to halfway. Filippo gets through Rowley. Perry wraps him up, man and ball, puts him to ground. Watson, chip over the top. Bentley picks it out of the air. Good following by Watson though, and Penrice to put Bentley down on the Halifax 20. Amanga goes down, but Workington offside. Baldwin will waste no time in putting the ball into touch. And Bentley wants a piece of the action. Stopped in his tracks. Tackle from Riley. Riley again making the attempt to tackle. Left it to Filippo and Watson. Now Rowley from acting half. Pops it up. Penrice was there. Rowley got it away. Schuster going back into the middle. Dean, good ball to Brewer. Back on again. Brewer out the back to Rowley. Keeps it alive. Chances here. Baldwin takes it on his own. Settling things down. Workington defenders getting back in numbers. Bentley fancies a run from acting half. Gets it inside. Dean leaves it. Harrison picks it up. Wants to release it every opportunity, does Harrison. Workington players not giving him chance on that occasion. Long pass missing out too. And Schuster had a Manga running for that short pass again. Dean up in the air. Pressure again on the Workington defence. It's come off a Workington hand, so that's offside. Jason Moore, Workington substitute, stood in the wrong position. Halifax opt to run it very quickly, and a chance on that far side But a bad pass, shutting down the option. Pettit comes back through the middle. Well, risking it there, running across Harrison. Brewer could be in for his first, and Brewer is going to go under the post. Well, Johnny Brewer said this week he wanted to make an impression in the Super League. Well, he's contributed with making a try for Amanga and now scoring one. And not bad for a player that hasn't pulled the kit on for a couple of weeks, got caught up in the wrangle over the Super League in Australia. Didn't get caught up there, picked the ball up, went under the post to increase Halifax's lead. And no problem again for Schuster in front of the post. So Halifax, as you would probably expect, really rubbing the Workington noses in it. 10 minutes gone in the second half, and they've already added 16 points to their half-time score. And with half an hour to go, it looks as though it really is going to be a big score. Good ball from Smith, back inside to Filippo, but Halifax are offside. Carl Harrison disagrees. And John Connolly is going to tell the Halifax captain. He's also having words with Filippo. Well, I thought he pulled Harrison out for talking out of turn, but Harrison and Filippo obviously not seeing eye to eye. So Workington, another 6 to try and make some sort of impression on this game. Lee Chilton's try, the only score to their credit so far. Jason Moore, tackled by Moana and Martindale. Holgate, good play by Martindale. Made that a bit of a speciality in the Alliance team. Very quick from the second marker at the acting half position. Penrice releases the ball well to Chilton. Watson, good ball to Moore. Watson went for the return, it was a mile forward. Good play by Moore, but Watson stood yards in front as the pass was released. Well, Workington still inventive, but still making mistakes at crucial times. Brewer stepping back inside on the first tackle. Halifax quarter line. Allers steps past the first tackle. Still going forward is Allers. Tremendous run by the Halifax centre. Took 3 to bring him down. Only taking 1 to hold him down. Riley. Slow to get up. Amanga to Schuster. I don't really think he wanted that pass. Plenty of attention for Schuster in the Workington defence. Dean, short ball to Harrison. Harrison releases Pettit with a perfect pass. Plenty of support. Dean there, and Dean is going to race away. He had Bentley if he needed him. And Craig's Dean's try brings up the half century for Halifax. problem for Schuster. Halifax making another change. Chris Chester coming on. And when you look at the Halifax side now, they've about 6 standoffs playing with Chester, Martindale, Moana, Brewer. So no shortage of ball handlers on the paddock for Halifax. And Richard Armswood, good run out of defence, but a great tackle from Chester. And from the standoff problem, or the standoff spot seeming to be a problem, it seems hard to imagine when the Halifax side is littered this afternoon with as many standoffs as they have. Quickly released by Harrison to Baldwin, but Baldwin in turn loses it. Ball reaped out in the tackle, 2 men in there. Baldwin into touch. Rowley quick to get it underway. Harrison, who doesn't seem to have been too affected by the summer conditions so far this afternoon. Came off for the recurrence of the hamstring injury at St Helens. Back to full fitness. Chester to Baldwin. Into 3 Workington defenders, 8 or 9 metres out. As Halifax go hunting for more points. Brewer stepping back inside. Here goes Brewer again. Perhaps looking for his second. Great play by Brewer. Wants to get it up and play it quickly. Rowley goes from acting half, all down a metre short. Referee John Connolly with his hand in the air. Brewer out to Harrison. Harrison to Amanga. Can Amanga make it 5? No. Chester tried to release the pass, but Smith making sure he clamped the man and the ball with a good tackle. Workington breathe again with Halifax leading 50 points to 4. Not yet halfway through this second half. Great break from Grimmer. Support from Mark Wallace. And Wallace eventually put down by Chester. Kitchen to Watson. Filippo on the end of the movement, loses the possession. Great tackle by Brewer. It's as though Martindale took a knock as he got in the way to Alange. Up to the 20. Filippo again with a mistake. Chester stepping, good stepping run, making 10 metres for Halifax. And now Workington, no doubt about that. Penrice all over Chester. He wanted to get up and play the ball quickly. And I think John Connolly perhaps taking a bit of a lenient view. Workington struggling enough already without perhaps being reduced to 12 men for 10 minutes. Kettridge back on for Carl Harrison. Halifax captain done his work this afternoon. Brewer the run round with Dean. Amanga in the space again, and here goes Amanga. Baldwin is going to be away for his second. Unselfish play by Mike Amanga. Well, Mike Amanga could have had his 5th try then, but a team effort. Unselfishly putting the ball inside for Baldwin to score his 2nd try. Where they may have had half a chance, and they've played some champagne rugby this afternoon, perhaps helping a little bit to erase the memory of last week's hiding at St Helens. They finally seem to have gathered their own form, although it's only against lowly Workington. although Workington haven't provided too much resistance this afternoon. Penrice. Perrott still hanging on while Chester gets there to complete the tackle. And just hang on a little bit too long for John Connolly's liking. Well, Workington still going forward. Riley, the prop forward, again trying to make inroads into the Halifax defence. And here's a chance for Workington. Did Amanga make the tackle? The linesman's flag hasn't gone up. Well, John Connolly's ruled out the try. The ball was bounced over the line. And to give Filippo credit, he's had hold of the ball plenty of times for Workington this afternoon. He's dropped it on most occasions. He managed to keep hold of it that time and pass it on. Well, John Connolly is going to have a word with Workington captain Stephen Holgate. And I think his patience running a little bit thin with Workington, insisting on slowing the play down. As Baldwin dispatches another penalty into touch. Bentley, still time for him to score with 17 minutes to go. Kettridge over halfway. Rowley to Martindale, running strongly, good ball back inside to Baldwin. Baldwin releases Rowley. Rowley has Dean in support. Great run by Dean. Looking round to release. Halifax on the attack again. Chester to Brewer. Brewer running into trouble in the middle of the field. Perrott steps round one, steps two. Releases to Dean. Dean to Martindale, although Martindale didn't look to be expecting it, to Chester. Chester to Baldwin. Baldwin out to Bentley. Perhaps Baldwin could have had his hat-trick. And Bentley will take it inside and get his first try of the afternoon. Well, Perrott involved again. Skipping to and putting the ball out. But Baldwin looked as though he was on his way to his hat-trick, but put out a perfect pass to John Bentley. Another one for Schuster, inside the left-hand post. And on 2 points in front, it's now 62 points to 4. But what's 2 points when you're that far in front anyway? And Halifax have the 2 league points well and truly sealed up. And decisions yet to be made on the end of season playoffs. Halifax will be hoping to be in there. At the moment, the word is that it'll be a top 4 playoff. But most clubs, of course, pushing for a top 8 or a top 10, in view of the fact that no club can support itself on 11 home games in a season. Super League already extended next season, still with a relegation spot, 1 up, 1 down. But South Wales this week fast-tracked into Super League. And Amanga, who's gone to the full-back position. Twilange running out of defence. Tried the handoff on Penrice once, then had another go. Schuster trying to step inside. And Penrice obviously feeling a knock in the tackle as he picked Schuster out. Rowley from acting half. Just inside the Workington half. Martindale takes it forward 15 metres, the last tackle. Rowley from acting half. Halifax up to run it. Dean skips away from one, puts the kick to the corner. Just too much weight behind that one. Armswood loses it backwards, and Halifax foot in there. Referee John Connolly says play on. Long pass out to Twilange, but Twilange knocking it forward. A let off for Workington. Watson for Workington. Now Richard Armswood again. Filippo down the middle. Up towards halfway. Bethwaite back on. Penrice gets it away, but a good tackle on Lee Chilton by Schuster, who judged to be offside by John Connolly. And Kitchen takes it quickly. Too quickly for his Workington teammates as Rowley moves in and makes the tackle. Good ball back inside from Holgate to Filippo. The ankle tap from Gillespie, enough to put Filippo to his knees. Watson throws a dummy, great play from Watson, back inside to Kitchen. And Kitchen round behind the post. And Wayne Kitchen scores Workington's second try of the game, which he'll no doubt convert himself from in front of the post. So a late consolation for Workington. And Wayne Kitchen converts his own try to cut the lead to 62 points to 10. Ian Watson, though, it was who set it up for Workington. Great run through the Halifax defence. On loan from Salford. Craig Dean to Twilange. Trying to bust his way out of defence. Up to the 20-metre line. 10 minutes to go. Dean from acting half. No way through to Workington defenders. A little too quick this time. Holgate and Watson not standing square at the play the ball. And the ball's dispatched into touch again. Just short of halfway. Rowley to Kettridge. Kettridge mobbed by three Workington defenders just inside their own half. Martindale, one-handed off to Gillespie. And it's Gillespie that collects the trouble for taking the pass off Martindale. Dean to Brewer. Brewer, great play from Johnny Brewer. Could be in for his second if he has the pace. Draws the defence. Allers to Amanga. Well, this time Amanga will make it 5 behind the post. Well, Manga got a hat-trick in the first half. There's still time in the last 9 minutes for him to get one in the second half. And it's not bad for a man that's been out 4 or 5 weeks with injury. And not surprisingly, man of the match for this afternoon, 5-try Manga. Kitchen takes the kick. Watson. Well, Watson still trying to create things for Workington. Good ball, Armswood back inside. Workington try to keep it alive, get back into the Halifax half. Watson's slow to get up and play the ball. Filippo putting his shoulder down. Slips it out the back to Smith. Good tackle by Alice on Jason Moore, who started well enough but seems to have faded out a little bit towards the latter end. Andrew Grimmer, another one of the Workington substitutes. Watson again, good pass to Aldgate. Aldgate releases Bethwaite, who's come back on, but Bethwaite taking down the ball comes loose. John Connolly's looking at the linesman, puts the whistle to his mouth. Can blow into it, so Workington will continue the attack with 6 more tackles. A few sharp intakes of breath from the Halifax supporters as John Connolly allowed Workington 6 more tackles. But they will get 6 more anyway, surely from the scrum. Approaching the last 5 minutes. Workington looking to put a little bit of respectability, and they're going to do with Richard Armswood. Going over in the corner, Halifax perhaps sensing now that the damage is done. But I think Steve Sims will remind them it's an 80-minute game. Unlike all the Australian coaches, he's big on the stats. And even with a lead that Halifax hold at the moment, 1 or 2 players will still cop it for the missed tackles. Not enough weight behind it for Kitchen. Workington kick off again. Dean inside to Martindale. Workington defenders moving up quickly. Halifax looking for the quick play. Kettridge over the 20-metre line, almost away. It needed the weight of 3 players to bring him down. Chester to Gillespie. Looking to release, but nobody there quick enough to take the pass. Kettridge again involved. Chester's there but couldn't take the pass, but he'd been tackled by a Workington player. So Halifax will go on the attack. Less than 5 minutes to go. 68 points to 14. Manga out to Brewer. Brewer gets away to Gillespie. Gillespie shrugs off the first tackler. Steps, looks inside now. Chester's there. Running across the face to 3. It's a long pass out to Alice. Alice 2 to Ilange. That pass never on. Tuilagi having to reach above his head. And the tackle good on that far side from Armswood, putting Tuilagi under pressure as Alice tried to release the winger down that left-hand side. Mistake from Kitchen at the back of the scrum. Well, that's been perhaps the story of the afternoon for Workington when they've had possession. They've made a lot of mistakes. And it looks as though Cumbria are going to lose the only representatives they have in the Super League, as Workington look destined for First Division rugby next season. But a chance now to counter-attack after the mistake from Amanga, 2-1. Chilton gets the pass away to Wallace, but again the mistake is made. Craig Dean will pick up the pieces for Halifax, run it out of defence and get back almost to halfway. Good play from Craig Dean. Amanga to Schuster. Schuster round the outside, out to Bentley. Great pass. Connolly looks at the linesman and then looks at Bentley, and he'll see Bentley disappearing behind the post, or just to the right hand side of the post. He had a look at the linesman, did John Connolly, perhaps into the forward pass. Linesman, no call coming, and Bentley went away from the halfway line to bring the 70 points up for Halifax with his second try of the afternoon. So 13 tries for Halifax. Bentley on the score sheet for the second time. And a 60-point victory for Halifax. Last time Halifax reached 70 points, of course, away at Doncaster, when they won 72-0 there. Hooter sounds as Schuster with the final kick of the game adds the misery to Workington, a long way back up the M6, but no resistance really offered by the Cumbrian side. Ross O'Reilly had an uphill battle all season, and perhaps one or two of these players, he's swapped and changed all season, and one or two of these players perhaps not just good enough for Super League, or not together long enough to form any sort of considerable side. But Halifax really showed no mercy this afternoon. 13 tries in all, 5 to Mike Amanga on his return to the first team, 2 for Simon Baldwin. Bentley reached 99 for Halifax with his 2 tries, the second coming in the last minute. Alice Brewer on his debut, Tuilagi and Dean contributing with a try apiece. Schuster missed 2 but kicked 11. Just a try in either half for Workington from Chilton in the first half. Kitchen converted his own try in the second, but Halifax worthy winners, walking all over Workington in front of a very, very low crowd, running away with the 2 league points at Thrumall by 74 points to 14.
Puts the ball as a touch. Yeah. Similar to David. This ball is a touch. This number 15's having some good runs for Wakefield. This Martin Law, big lad. Playing MacDonald. Christian Tyre, Brad Davis looking for his fourth try of the afternoon. And there's Martin. Gets the ball. You have 10 minutes of this to cool our heels. So I think just under 10 minutes left. As the players get a well-earned break from that bit of fisticuffs there from Paul Miner. I can't quite make out the Wakefield player. I think it was the centre, I think it was number 3, was it? So I'm not quite sure what the referee's given. Scrum down, I think. Easy option.
That's just what you want after the fight, isn't it? You want all the forwards together in the scrum. Yeah, just give it, because I think the witness player who gathered the ball while the fight was going on was tackled into touch. But not a good idea to get all the forwards in after the fight.
No, but I must admit I was watching the play. I was watching the fight rather than the play, but which I should attack. Number 14 is Ramsden. Well tackled by Darren Wright and Shane Cooper. And Mark Blackwood. And Mick Ford's back on. Not quite sure who he's come on for. Probably the injured player who was taken off just. So it's Brad Davis. Crossing.
He confused the players then, because he gave crossing but pointed as if the penalty was going to Wakefield, because it looked like he was giving square. He has been named man of the match. Although, as you said, Martin Law's had a good game since he came on. He's got a sister called Ellie, who used to be on the television not so long ago. You might have seen it, Ellie Law. Well, he pointed it out. This time he's give crossing. Well, Lee Ashton's just left the ball on the Wakefield 20-metre line, which doesn't really do any good for Widnes, because although there's only 10 minutes left, we would like to catch up maybe a little bit. But must admit, didn't see any crossing there. Well, at times the referee looks like an Italian traffic policeman. He's waving his arms about in all different directions. Sometimes difficult to see what decision he's giving. Well, the crowd again shout for a high tackle, but that was just a perfectly fair tackle by Hansen. But again, it's Widnes on the back foot. 5 minutes left, and we might say thank goodness that this game's nearly over. It's been another catalogue of disasters for Widnes. Desperate defence right to the death. Chemics don't want to concede 30 points. But you've got to give credit to Wakefield. They've attacked with some flair at times and defended very well. Widnes just haven't been able to break down the defence, except for on one occasion. Chip through, is it? Well, he's give it. Well, it was a good little chip through from Davis, and not sure if it was Copstake, the winger. Oh, there's Brad Davis again. Goes in to confirm his choice as man of the match. Makes it 31 points to 4-0 for Wakefield. Four tries against Widnes. Good turn of pace. And really that's been, well, not, I was going to say that's been the difference. It's been one of the differences between pace. By the end of the season, dogfight.
Well, we're still 1 point. We're going to lose this game, obviously, I think. But we're still 1 point in front of Wakefield. We play Huddersfield next week, so I'm not quite sure who Wakefield play. As we approach the last 5 minutes, the score now reads Wakefield Trinity 31, Widnes 4. So Davis kicks off. Paul Marner charges at the Wakefield defence. But did I say again, that try again came from another Widnes mistake. Crossing, resulting in a try. Lee Hansen's had a good game, Gary, this afternoon, I think, because ran really well, especially the second half. Lovely ball there from Shane Cooper to Lee Ashton, who's looked quite sharp since he came on. Let's have a bit of pace about him. Phil Waring to Andy Collier, to Christian Tara. Shane Cooper, who's tried hard to keep Widnes going this afternoon. It's Gary Broadbent. Eventually hauled down. That's the last tackle. It's Phil Waring. Puts boot to ball. That's taken by Copestake. Picks up speed now and runs on the Widnes defence, and he makes a good 15 metres before he's brought down. Paul Garland seems to be struggling on that far side there. And that's the ankle he injured a few weeks ago, and at Featherstone he seems to be hobbling a little bit. Ian Marlowe. Put him in touch. No. But Marlowe did very well there to get the ball back to Foy. It's Conway to Ford. Abel.
Stand next to you.
To Copestake, lovely ball. Good tackle by Gary Broadbent, just bring him down. Doesn't quite stop him as the hooter goes. So that's the end of the game. Just the final score once more is Wakefield Trinity 31, Widnes 4. So rather a poor performance from Widnes there, Gary, today.
Well, what can you say? A few more injuries picked up, but at the moment Widnes are going backwards and they've got to get back to winning ways. Whether they can do it next week against Huddersfield, we'll have to wait and see, but Michael and Video as ever will be there to bring you the action of whatever does happen, so we'll see you next week.